Hello YouTube family, it's Minnie here. Thank you for joining me today. In this video, I wanted to show you guys how I make these shaker bookmarks. I'm using Christmas paper still, but I promise this is going to be the last project using these Christmas paper pads. I'm so sick of them too, but these did turn out really cute, so we're going to make one of these today. So what you're going to need for this project is a cello bag. This is pretzel bags from Michael's. This measures a little bit bigger than 2 inches, about 2 3/8. And that's what I'm going to be using. You can use any cello bags you have. And then I have my paper strips here cut down to the size that I want, and then the patterns. This is a great project to use up your scraps. And then I have the little things here that's going to go in your shaker bookmark. And all of these I got from Hobby Lobby. And then I like to add a little piece of ephemera, or this is what I will be adding in there. And then the other tools that you might want to use are eyelet setters. It is nice to set the top part, or it's nice to use the eyelet setter to cover the top part so that your little pieces don't come out of that little hole that'll happen on the top there. So that's what I have here. So let's get started. I'm going to put this to the side, and then we're going to work with the papers first. This project does require a lot of patience and steady hands. This measures 3/4 of an inch, and you fold it in half and it becomes 3/8. I like that size. I like that width for the borders because it's not too big that you can't see the midsection, and it's not too thin that it becomes flimsy, because these papers give the sturdiness to our plastic, our cello bag. So that's why I like this. I like this size, this width for the papers. And then the type of tape that we're using is the double-sided 1/8 of an inch tape, and this just lines up perfectly on our piece of paper. So I'm going to take our strip of paper here, and I'm going to score it at 3/8 of an inch down the middle, and we're going to fold that score line up. And then once you're done with that, we're going to use our tape and then place the tape on the section between the edge, so the edge and the little score line that you've made. So you're going to put a tape in that space. Doesn't have to be straight, as long as it stays in that section, like between the score line here and then the edge. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this piece of paper and come back and show you guys. Okay, so I have this side taped up too. I actually ran out of my 1/8 inch tape, so I used 1/4, which does work good. It's hard to stay in that little space between your edge and your score line, but it's still doable if that's all you have. And so these are my two sides. So these are going to be my side pieces done, and they're going to go like this. So I'm going to bring my cello bag out, and then to make this a little bit more workable, I'm going to insert a piece of paper, or a piece of cardstock paper, or printed paper, whatever you have, just something that's a little bit thicker, so that it's easy to work with. Okay, so I'm just going to push this to one side, and then so it's going to be the right side, and then I'm going to attach this piece over to our cello bag on like that. Now I'm going to, before I do that, I'm going to prep my tape here. And to do that, I'm going to pull this down a little bit. So pull this down and then have it stick out like that. And then I'm going to line the cello bag up right against that score line. And this is where you need a real steady hand. So I'm going to line it up like that and then fold. The tape goes on. It's really hard to take it off, and I have messed up a few of the projects, and I just had to restart. So just make sure that you are lining them up really well. And then once you are happy with your alignment, you can go ahead and press down this part press down this part that has the sticky part exposed. I'm going to press down on that and gently pull the little tab, the tape backer. And there is that side done. We're going to flip it and see how we did. Did pretty good. And so we're going to just remove the tape backer on this side. And this side is going to be easy because the bag is nice and secure. And then press it down. Okay, that's your one side done, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'll do that and come back. Okay, so my second piece is on there too. So this is what we have here. Now it's time to stick the bottom part. So for the bottom part, you don't want to cut ahead. You want to cut after you have attached these two pieces, because you don't know the length you're going to need. Because especially when you're first starting out, you may not have your papers lined up straight. If it like angles out a little bit or angles in a little bit, you would want your bottom base part to be the length that matches the length of your bookmark. So I have mine already trimmed down to the size that I need. And in terms of at this point, we're going to be calling this length because it's going up this way. So this is the same length as our side pieces, so which is going to be the 3/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to fold that in half like that, and then just attach our double-sided tape so that this will go on like this. So I'll go ahead and put the tape on, attach it down here, and then I'll see you guys. Okay, so my bottom piece is on. If you are not sure, it's better to cut this bottom piece longer so that once you have it stuck on, you can cut the edges to make it the size that you need. So once this is done, I'm ready to fill this up with our confettis. Actually, before that, we need to cut this down to the 6-inch length. So I'm just going to pull this nice and taut and cut the cello bag. And then now we're ready to fill this up with our goodies. So you can use beads too if you like, and then any kind of sequins. I forgot what these things were called. I'm calling them confetti, but I think they're maybe called sequins too. And then I think these were called inclusions when I bought them from Hobby Lobby. And this is my second bag because I already used a whole bag on my other projects. So this is really neat things to have. And I think they use these for like slime too. My kids play with slime, and usually when they buy slime, those things come with it too. So one last color and I will be done. Let's see. I think that's enough. And so for the top part, you want the width to be as long as your bookmark. It can be a little bit longer. Actually, no, you want this to be exactly same side because you'll be putting the tape on the sides there. But in terms of the length, you can make this as long as you want because this is going to be, it doesn't have to be the 3/8 of an inch. It can be longer if you like, or you can make it 3/8 of an inch too, whatever you want to do. So then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fold this thing in half. And then with this one, I do a couple things. I first tape down I'm going to use my tape runner, or glue runner, on pretty much the whole section. So on this side, and on this side, so both sides, I'm running my tape glue runner. And then for the edges, I'm going to take my glue and glue down the edges. And the reason why I do this is because my glue sticks better. And so I like to use my glue as much as possible. This glue doesn't stick on the plastic. It only sticks on the paper. And since I'm attaching this to the paper part, so this is going to attach to these parts. So that's why I like to use my glue for that part. And since this is filled with stuff, it's kind of rounded. So you kind of have to pull this out tight like that. And then align this down. And then close the top. Oh, you know what? I think I need to pull this out Now, because this is a glue runner, it actually is easier to pull than the double-sided tape. So this one will come off easily. And then I'm going to go in this way because I'm using a directional paper on the top here. So I need to make sure that it's going on correctly. So I'm going to pull this out nice and tight. And then all the way to that score mark. It's wrinkled a little bit up there. I'm going to try to straighten this up. And then put the bottom, the flap down. So that's what we have. Okay, so now we can, well, I still don't want to shake it up too much because we need to make a hole on the top. So I'm just going to take my, actually I'm going to quickly mark where I want to make a hole. So I'm going in about this much right here. Then I'm taking my hole punch and just making a hole at that point. And then this is where I'm going to attach my eyelets. Now my hole punch makes smaller hole than my eyelet, so I need to prep my paper so that my eyelet goes through. I think at some point I would want to buy the crocodile, but I'm gonna keep working with this until. So you're just going to attach your eyelet to your bookmark. Okay, and then I'm going to take my eyelet setter and okay. Now we're ready to shake. And then I'm going to add little ribbons on the top, which I should have them ready to go. So I'm adding 2 ribbons to this. I'm adding one, a pink one. And then I'm going to take a thinner one and I'm going to fold it in half and put that through in there as well. And then open that loop up and put everything through that loop. And then we have this. Okay, so our ribbons are on the top there, and our bookmark is complete. Now I tried making a big tassel on one of these older ones that I've made, and it added some beads. But what happens with these is it's kind of harder to shake because this is very weighty with the beads and the pump with the tassel. It's very weighty, so you kind of have to put that down to shake. So it doesn't become very practical, although it looks super cute. So I preferred my ribbons this way so that it's just nice and easy to pick it up and shake it, because the whole point of the shaker bookmark is so that you can shake it. So just to kind of show you how this works, it does stick up a little bit, but that's fine because it's got like big round beads in it. But so that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye for now.